Thanks for listening to our lessons from our daily Bible reading. The lesson today is God values life in the womb. I can remember talking to and singing to and thinking about my little children, wondering, what are you going to be? What are you going to do? What will you sound like? Oh, I didn't start that once they were growing. I started it really once I found out that they were within my wife's belly. I remember that once I found out she was with child both times, I would sit there and I'd kind of drive her crazy because every time that she got around, I'd put my hand upon her belly and I would think about this child in there and who that child would be, what that child would grow to accomplish, to look like, what their voice would sound like. I'd sing to them, drove her crazy. After a while, as the babe grew and you could put your ear there and hear the heartbeat, I'd lay there and listen and consider that child. You know, it's disconcerting today to listen to people as they discount the children in their mother's womb. Oh, they don't want you to call them children. They want you to call them by other names, just a blob of cells, a fetus, and such as that. But God had a little bit to say about that in our reading. In Psalm 71, in our reading Friday, the psalmist said, "By thee have I been holden up from the womb. Thou art he that took me out of my mother's bowels." In other words, he speaks about his acknowledgement that God was concerned about him from the womb, but also he was the one who brought him forth from the womb. It was David who was in his mother, just the same as it was my children who were in their mother. It's so sad that people today begin with being taught to discount life in the womb. And in reality, if you discount it there, why not anywhere else? Kind of explains why people act the way they do towards one another, don't they? Life isn't that important from the very moment of conception to mankind. For God it is. But for mankind, they're taught that it's really not that important. Is it any wonder why we see the horrors that mankind imposes upon one another whenever we try to make such legal from the very moment of conception onward? I think I'll stay with God. I'll not depersonalize that which is in the mother's womb. I'll have respect and awe for that life, the procedure in which God has caused it to be brought about that we can have children, and I'll stand amazed. And you know, if I do that, I'll learn to treat others in the same way that God would have us to be treated and to treat them. I'll learn to love all those about me because truly we are, from the moment of conception, made in the very image of God. Go back and remember the psalmist. It was God who has holding him up from the womb. It was God who took him out of his mother's womb. God looks at us as people with worth, with value, made in his image from the very moment of conception. Let's treat one another that way, and if we do, we'll have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you for listening. Thank you again for joining us in this Bible study. We remind you, if you'd like to follow along in our daily Bible reading, the link below in the description of this video will give you the PDF so you can read right along with us. If you have any other questions or if you'd like information on a Bible study, contact us with the information provided on the screen before you.